practicing social distancing, or while you're stuck in your senior living community. It's really important that we all maintain our regular activities as much as we can while staying away from other people, but it's really important that you get some exercise. What I don't want to see happen is that people are losing their strength because they're staying sedentary while they are staying home under isolation orders. So today's workout is designed for people who are a little bit older or have limited mobility. The whole workout will be done from a seated position, and you won't need any exercise. We'll do a little bit of range of motion, a little bit of strength work, a little bit of aerobic work, and a little bit of stretching. So all the way around, but you won't need any equipment. All you need is a nice sturdy chair, hopefully one that doesn't roll or rock. Better is one that's not too squishy, and better is one that doesn't have arms. But you know what? We're going to work with whatever you've got. So I'm going to get started. I'm sitting on the edge of my chair. I'm set up so that you can see me in the mirror behind me as well. So I'm trying to sit up nice and tall. I've got my belly button drawn in. I've got my shoulders back and down. And I'm going to just start at my head. I'm going to tilt my chin up and down and just try to loosen up through the neck. More than anything, we need to keep moving so that our joints don't seize up and our muscles don't stiffen up. We need to get a little bit of blood flowing through the muscles, and that will make everything feel better. Now I'm going to bring my head back to neutral, and I'm just going to rotate from side to side. I'm trying to keep my chin parallel to the floor. And I'm not going too far. I don't want anything to hurt. I should also mention, before we get too far into it, that I want you to be sure and use your best judgment. Don't do anything that makes you hurt or feels uncomfortable. Don't do anything that makes you feel out of breath or dizzy or lightheaded. It's always fine to just watch and try it the next time, but make sure that you feel good doing it. So now I'm going to bring my shoulders back and down. I've straightened my arms and I've got my thumbs pointing forward. I'm just going to take one arm at a time and reach forward and up. And I'm going to bring the other arm up. And you're going to stop wherever your shoulder says to stop. So it's not important that you get your arms straight up. It's more important that you keep your elbows straight and that you keep your thumb pointed forward. So I'm trying not to come out to the side like this. I'm trying just to come straight up, even if that means stopping here because you have some pain, right? So stop just before the pain. And here we go, nice and easy. Right? The first few times I'm going to go through it just gently, and then as things warm up, I might move a little bit faster or a little bit bigger. You're going to listen to what your body tells you. So now I'm going to bring my arms up into a goalpost position. I've got my elbows sticking straight out from my shoulders, and I'm just going to sweep my forearms and my elbows together in front. And then I'm going to sweep the arms to the back, and I'm trying to pinch my shoulder blades together and back. So I get a nice stretch across the back when my hands are closed, and I get a stretch across the chest as I pull my elbows back. And again, I don't want this to hurt, so find a range of motion that's pain-free for you. Beautiful. Now I'm going to just put my fingers on my shoulders. You can just bend your elbows, and I'm going to use those elbows to draw nice, easy circles. So I'm working the shoulder joints here, but I'm thinking about making the circle at the elbow. And I start with a small circle, and then as things warm up, I make it bigger and bigger. And then I'm going to switch directions. So now I'm going to start small again, moving the circle in the other direction. And as it loosens up, I'm going to make it bigger. Very nice. Let's do a little work at the hands. So I'm just going to take a soft fist and then a big open. Soft fist and a big open. And so I'm trying to get my fingers separated as far apart from one another as I can. But I'm going to turn sideways so you can see I'm also trying to pull them back as I open them. And that should feel good for stiff joints. You might also feel the work here in your forearm as you do that. And while we're here, let's just make some circles at the wrists. Let's do a few one direction and a few the other direction. That looks really good. Good. Nice. Sometimes it feels good to shake them too. Excellent. Okay, let's do a little bit of cat-cow. So normally we do this on hands and knees on the floor, but from a seated position, you're just going to sit right on the edge of your chair, and I've got my hands on my knees. I'm going to pull up tall, and then I'm going to tuck my tailbone underneath me, so I'm arching my back and tucking my chin in. And then I'm going to reverse direction, so I'm going to lift up tall. I'm going to straighten out my pelvis, lift through the spine, and tilt my chin up to the ceiling. So I'm just taking the spine through a nice, gentle curving stretch, one way and then the other. Beautiful. Now I'm going to tilt to the sides. So I'm going to reach my arms down beside me. I'm still nice and tall, sitting on my sit bones, and I'm just going to reach down to one side so I get a stretch up this side of my body. And then I'm going to reach down to the other side, get a stretch up this side of my body. Oh, that feels so good every time I do it. And I'm just going back and forth a few times. Beautiful. Then let's get a little rotation. So I've got my arms crossed in front of my chest. Again, pull up tall through your spine, and then very gently rotate your shoulders around one direction and the other. Keep it in your pain-free range of motion. So stop before it hurts. Everybody's built a little bit differently, so it's fine if you don't look like I look when you're doing it. You just go to where it feels good. It's all supposed to feel good. Beautiful. Come back to the center. Now I'm going to come down to my feet. I'm going to scoot back just a little bit so you can see them. I'm going to push my toes out ahead of my knees a little bit. That's going to give me room to pick up my toes. So I'm keeping my heels on the floor, picking up my toes. I'm getting a stretch in the back of the legs and a little bit of strengthening right here in the front, and loosening up the ankles. And I'm just doing a few repetitions there. Then I'm going to slide the heels back underneath my knees and pick up the heels. So now I'm keeping my toes on the floor, picking my heels up off the floor. And again, we're just trying to loosen up those ankles a little bit, get a little blood flowing all the way through the body. This is also working through your calves. Good. Now I'm going to take one leg and draw circles with the ankle. I'm trying to make as big a circle as I can, but I'm trying to use just the ankle, so I'm not swinging the whole leg, right? I'm keeping the knee still, and just circling from the ankle. And then I'm going to switch directions on the circles. Go the other way. Nice. I get a little snap, crackle, pop. I'll bet you do too. I'm going to try the other foot. I'm going to circle one way. Again, trying to get as much of the motion from the ankle joint itself. It's harder on my left side. And then I'm going to switch directions, circle the other way. Beautiful. Nice. Now, sit up tall again. Suck in on your belly button. So I'm just drawing my belly button in toward my spine. That gives me some nice stability down here through the belly and helps your spine stay in a good position. You'll need it because now I'm going to have you straighten and bend one leg. So don't worry if you can't straighten it all the way. Just take it wherever you can. I'm trying to keep the knee nice and straight. Remember, if you have arthritis in that knee, this may not feel great. I don't want it to hurt. So if it's uncomfortable the first couple of times, but then it gets better, you're okay. But if it hurts every time, try working through a smaller range of motion. Beautiful. Let's do some on the other leg. Straighten and bend. I like to have a hand here on the top of my thigh because then I can feel those muscles actually working. So the muscles on the top of the leg are contracting and the muscles on the bottom of the leg are stretching. Nice, that feels pretty good. I'm going to come back, make sure I'm sitting up nice and tall, suck in on my belly button. This time I'm going to keep my knee bent and I'm just going to swing the leg out to the side and back to the center, out and back. Beautiful. I'm working the side of the hip here. Again, your hips may be creaky and cranky, so if your comfortable range of motion is more like this, that's fine. Keep it where it works for you. Yeah. Good. I'm switching legs. Other side. The beautiful thing about exercise is if you do a little bit every day, the benefits are cumulative. It keeps getting easier and you keep getting more and more benefit from it. So if this seems difficult today, try it again tomorrow and try it again the next day. Just do a little bit every day and I promise it will get easier. Excellent, that looks good. All right, let's do a little bit of strengthening work. I'm going to start with the muscles in your upper back. So first thing I'm going to do is pull up tall through my spine and fold forward over my lap. So I'm bent forward as far as I can. I'm going to bring my arms down so they're hanging next to my legs. I'm going to lift my head a little bit so I've got a nice straight line from my head to my tail. And then I'm going to pinch my shoulder blades together in back to flap my wings. And then I'm going to try to hold that pinch while I lower the arms. So again, I'm dropping the shoulders down toward my belt and pinching them together toward the spine to get the arms to move. And if you move nice and slowly, you'll feel all those muscles in your upper back working, because it turns out the weight of your arms is pretty heavy. It's a fair amount of weight for those muscles in your back to lift, even without any weights in your hands. Nice job. Beautiful. Come back up. Let's do just a little bit of isometric strengthening now. So I'm going to put my palms of my hands together in front of my chest, and all I'm going to do is push as hard as I can without pain, and then release. So I'm pushing, squeezing. I feel that through my shoulders, through my forearms, through my triceps, and then I'm going to release. And I'm going to push, squeeze, 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 and release. Let's do that just a couple more times. Push, and then release, and push, and release. Very nice. Now, I'm going to cross my wrists. So I've got one arm bent at the elbow, and my palm is facing me. I'm going to take the other arm crossways to it, so the palm is facing away from me. And I've got my wrists crossed right here at the wrist. I'm going to pull this arm toward me while I push this arm away. So I'm, again, just creating that isometric contraction. I'm feeling the squeeze all the way through the arms and the shoulders, and then releasing. I'm going to go again. Push the wrists against one another, and then release. I'm going to push, 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 and hold, and then release. I don't know if you can see on the video or not, but it's making me tremble, right? It's not easy. But you're going to push just as hard as you feel like, right? As long as you feel a contraction in your arms, you're doing it right. It's not supposed to hurt. So now we're going to switch sides. I'm going to take this arm, I'm going to bend the elbow so that my palm is facing me, and I'm going to take the other arm, cross it so that palm is facing away from me. I'm crossed at the wrists. I'm pulling this arm in while I push this arm out. Here we go. Squeeze and release. Squeeze and release. And I'm just holding that squeeze long enough to feel the muscles contract and fire up, and maybe complain just a little bit, but not much. Again, we don't want it to hurt, just want it to feel good. Good. One more squeeze and release. Nice. That's good. Give those arms a little shake. Let them relax a little bit. Let's do the same thing down here at the legs. So I'm going to take my hands, put them on the outsides of my knees. Again, I'm trying to sit up tall through my spine. Can you see the difference here? I'm nice and tall as opposed to slumping over. I'm going to press my knees out while I'm squeezing in with my hands. So here we go. Squeeze and release. Squeeze and release. Squeeze and release. Should feel this all the way up into your rear end and all the way up through your arms and shoulders. It's surprisingly hard work. And you get to decide how hard you want to make it. Right? You squeeze just as hard as you want. Beautiful. Now, just the opposite. We're going to take your hands on the insides of your knees. You're going to squeeze in with those knees while you're trying to press out with your hands. So here we go. Squeeze it, and release. Squeeze it, and release. Nice. So this one you're feeling on the inner thighs, and probably here on the triceps, on the outside of your arms. There you go. See, you're getting strong, and you don't even need any weights. Don't even need any stretchy bands. But I promise we'll do some workouts with those things too. So stay tuned. Beautiful. That's good for that one. Now, I've got my feet on the floor. I'm going to press my heels into the floor. So sitting up nice and tall, one leg at a time, I'm going to try to drive my heel into the floor and then release it. And then the other leg, drive the heel into the floor and release it. And I'm just alternating one leg and then the other. You can see I'm kind of lifting up out of my chair because the whole back side of my leg is contracting as I do that. As I press down through that heel, the hamstrings are tightening. A little bit in the rear end is tightening up. Beautiful. And you're just getting stronger. Nice. Just a couple more. Press that heel into the floor. And I'm holding it again, just long enough to feel the muscles tighten up, and then I'll let it go. All right, let's do one more exercise for the inner thighs. So I'm going to lean back a little bit so I can hold on to my chair. I'm going to straighten one leg in front of me, and then I'm going to take that foot and rotate it to the outside. So I've got my toe pointed off to the side. I've got the inside of my leg now pointing up at the ceiling. I'm going to suck in on my belly button. I really need that support for this one. I'm going to lift and lower. Lift and lower. And it's fine if you can only lift a little bit, right? What we want is to feel these muscles right here on the inside of your knee, contracting a little bit to help lift that leg. You never realized your legs were so heavy, did you? Good, that looks great. Good. Let's do a few on the other leg. So I'm going to stick the other leg out straight. And then I'm going to rotate the foot to the outside so the inside of my knee is pointing up, up. The amount of rotation you get is determined by your hip flexibility. So depending on what's going on in your hips, your toe might not turn quite so far out to the side. But do what you can. And here we go. We're just lifting and lowering with control. Don't forget, you want to be pulling in on your belly button. Excellent. Nice. Let's do a couple more core moves. Let's start with a sit-up. So I'm sitting right here on the front edge of my chair. I'm pulled up nice and tall through my spine. I've got my belly button pulled in and my arms crossed in front of me. And I'm going to lean back. I'm going to lean back until I touch my shoulders on the chair. And then again, pulling in on my belly button, I'm going to sit up. Beautiful. There we go. We're just leaning back, and sitting up. Don't forget, every time you sit up, give a little suck in on your belly button. Nice. Can everybody see my cat in the film, in the screen? That's the beauty of working from home. You never know who's going to photobomb your shot. And use your litter box. Nice. Nice guy. All right, that's enough sit-ups. I like that. All right, let's try one that's a little bit harder. I'm going to stretch one leg out straight, draw one knee up toward my chest. Again, I'm sucking in on my belly button, and I'm going to switch legs. So I'm drawing the other knee in. We're just doing a nice little march move here. If you want to make it harder, keep both feet off the floor. So this time I'm not tapping the one heel down. So easier is to keep one foot on the floor at all time. A little bit harder is to keep both feet in the air. Absolutely essential that you keep sucked in on your belly button. And if you have any pain, keep one foot on the floor for sure. That looks good. I think let's go to some stretches and then we'll call it a day. I think you've done a really good job. I'm delighted that you got as much exercise as you did today, and me too. So let's do a little hamstring stretch. So I'm going to stick one leg out straight. I'm still sitting here on the edge of the chair. I'm going to pull up tall through my spine. And I'm going to hinge forward from my hips. So I'm not collapsing through my spine. I'm not hunching from my shoulders. I'm trying to keep nice and tall from head to tail and just hinging from my hips. And I like to pretend that I'm trying to put my chin on my toes. I can guarantee you it's never going to make it, but that's okay. Thinking about putting my chin on my toes, though, helps me keep my head and my spine in a nice lengthened position. And again, I'm just going till I feel the back of my leg tighten up, or until I feel the knee want to bend, right? That's your indication that you're in a good stretch. So I'm going to switch sides, stretch out that leg, sit up tall, hinge forward from the hips, and I'm going to pause when I feel that first bit of tension in the back of the leg. That's where I'm going to take a nice deep breath. And as I exhale, I'm just going to try to relax that muscle and soften into the stretch. And just ease my way into it. Very nice. I like to say that your muscles are like cats because you can't tell them what to do, right? You can ask them, you can coax them, but you can't order them. So when you're stretching, think about coaxing your muscles. So now I am sitting with one foot up on the opposite knee. Not everybody's going to be able to do this. So if you can't get into this position, you can also try crossing one foot over the other ankle. If you can get into this position but it's uncomfortable, try leaning back. That gives you a little more open angle here at the hip, and for some people that's more comfortable. But if you have no trouble getting into this position, then you might find that you get a little bit deeper stretch if you pull up tall again and fold forward over your lap. You're looking for a nice stretch in the hip of this bent leg. And you might feel it through the thigh as much as through the hip. Beautiful. Hi, Tyke. Hi, buddy. He's a good boy. Nice. I'm going to work the obstacle course, try not to kick the cat, and switch feet. He's a handsome fellow, isn't he? He's our good boy. All right, so here we go. I've got my other leg up on my opposite knee. I'm sitting up nice and tall. Again, if you need to, you're going to lean back, or if you want a deeper stretch, you're going to fold forward just until it feels good. Same thing, feel free to take a nice deep breath and relax as you exhale. Nice, very nice. Let's do a nice big stretch for your spine and your low back. So I'm sitting with my knees wide apart. I'm still sitting on the edge of my chair. I'm going to reach up. Well, hello, friend. I'm going to reach up, and again, if your shoulders don't like going overhead, just reach with your head. I just want your spine to get tall. While I'm here, I'm going to tilt to the side a little bit, and to the other side. Back again. I'm trying to pull my shoulder up away from the hip, Very nice. Now I'm going to lift up tall again through the middle, suck in on my belly button, and take a great big swan dive forward, letting my head fall between my knees as I reach toward the floor. You may not reach the floor. You may want to put your hands on your knees to stop you, but I'm trying to get a nice stretch through my low back. While I'm down here, I'm going to take a nice deep breath. Give those muscles in your back a little chance to relax. I'm going to reach out to one side and reach out to the other side. Back in the center. Before I do anything else, I'm going to suck up on my belly button, hands on my knees, and then I'm going to curl up nice and slowly, get as tall as I can when I get back to the center. And I think we're going to call that good. I think that's enough exercise for today. I'm so glad you joined me. Keep coming back. I will keep making more videos. We'll add some more aerobic work. We'll do some videos that have some weights. We'll do some videos for people who have stretchy bands. I'll try to keep as many options open as we can so that you have the opportunity to get some exercise while you're stuck at home. Thanks again for joining me. Take care. I'll see you soon.